Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another installment of our video PowerPoint series for Unit 4, The Cell. Today, what we're going to be talking about is the microscope. So, in this PowerPoint, what you can expect to see is we're going to discuss the parts of the microscope, how to use it, how to focus in on something, and also how to calculate magnification. So the microscope is a very pivotal part of not only biology, but microbiology as well. Micro meaning incredibly small. So the microscope allows us to go ahead and get a very close, detailed look at a wide variety of different things that we normally might not be able to see with the naked eye. Or if we can, it provides more detail and focus. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I'll see you on the next slide. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is the parts of a microscope. Now your microscope might look a little bit more modern than this, but basically the parts are the same. So let's start off, we're going to be on the left side, and we're going to go ahead and then move on to the right side down here. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first one is the coarse adjustment knob. The coarse adjustment knob can be found right here. So the coarse adjustment knob, what it does is it moves the microscope, the top part of it, the lens, the eyepiece, the body tube, it moves it up and down. Or in some cases, what it'll do with the ones we have is it will move the stage, or what we're looking at, up and down. Now, you want to use this primarily at low power. We've also got the fine adjustment knob. Now, the fine adjustment knob is going to be the smaller of the two knobs. We also have the arm. The arm can be used to hang onto the microscope when you're moving it. It also connects the body tube to the base, as well as the stage. We have the stage clips. The stage clips are used to go ahead and keep whatever you're looking at stationary. The diaphragm. So the diaphragm is what's underneath the stage. This allows us to go ahead and focus light. The base is found at the bottom of the microscope. This is, well, the base. I mean, you can't get any more specific than that. The eyepiece, or ocular lens. This is where we go ahead and look through. We have the body tube. The body tube basically houses everything that leads up to the nose piece and the lenses. We have the nose piece, which goes ahead and rotates, has all of our lenses on there. We have the objective lenses, which are low, medium, and high power. We have the stage. The stage goes ahead and basically holds whatever we're looking at, or at least it's a place to see it. And we also have the mirror or light source. Now for you guys, it's going to be a light source. Back in my day, what we had was a mirror that you actually had to go ahead and basically bounce the light off of a light source into the mirror and then up through the stage. Technology. It's made some wonderful improvements over the years. So let's talk about the actual parts of the microscope in a bit more detail, shall we? So the microscope parts. The eyepiece. So the eyepiece lens, or the ocular lens, is the lens at the top that you go ahead and look down through. Now, usually these are about 10x or up to 15x in power. We'll discuss more about the x's and magnification power once we get towards the end of the PowerPoint. The tube, or body tube, connects the eyepiece to the objective lenses. The arm supports the tube and connects it to the base. You're going to go ahead and use the arm, you're going to hang on to the arm to carry your microscope around. Now the base. The base is the bottom of the microscope, primarily used for support. You hold the bottom of the base to carry it, so you have one hand on the arm, one on the base. That way you make sure you don't drop it. Yes, in this case you do not want to go ahead and drop the base. Don't do it. So continuing with some more parts, we've got the illuminator, or the light. It's a steady light source, normally about 110 volts, used in place of a mirror. Like I said, back in the day we used to use mirrors, but now we have the technology that we don't need to. We have the mirror, which is used to reflect light from the external light source up to the bottom of the stage. You guys don't really have to worry about that. Because, well, we don't use the mirror anymore, in most cases. We have the stage. The stage is a flat platform where you go ahead and place your slides. If it has a mechanical stage, there are two knobs that you normally find one on the side, one on the bottom, that go ahead and can move the stage around, so you can get a better look at whatever it is you're trying to view. And the stage clips are two little clips that go ahead and hold the slide in place. That way it's not moving around while you're trying to go ahead and look at it. The objective lenses. These go ahead and increase your magnification. Usually you'll have somewhere between 3 and 4 lenses on a microscope, which are normally 4x, low power, 10x, medium power, and 40x, which is your high power. The total magnification is the eyepiece times your objective lens. Now, like I said, at the end of this, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to calculate that more frequently. The diaphragm, or the iris. So there's a rotating disc underneath the stage. What this does is it goes ahead and focuses in light from your light source, be it the mirror, if you're old school, or the light. Very much like the eyeball. Now we have an iris inside of our eye that goes ahead and primarily focuses light so we can see things. Same basic principle here. We have the coarse adjustment knob, which moves the stand to focus the image. So what this does is it's going to go ahead and move the stage closer or farther away from your lenses. These are used for major adjustments. Now the fine adjustment knob is going to be the smaller of the two knobs on the side of your microscope. This moves the stand a small amount to focus the image. Primarily used for minor adjustments and when you're using higher powers. So the coarse adjustment knob should be used for low power, and your fine adjustment should be for medium to high. You know, that's actually not that bad for a mouse. Anyway, let's keep going. So how to focus the microscope? You're going to go ahead and start off with the lowest power objective lens first. So this is normally your 4x. From there, you're going to go ahead and move the stage the entire way up using the coarse adjustment knob. So the specimen is as close to the lens as possible without actually touching it. Then you'll go ahead and look through the eyepiece and focus the image using the fine adjustment or coarse adjustment if you're on low power. So you start off all the way at the top and then gradually move the stage down until you can go ahead and get a clear look of what you're trying to view. Next, go ahead and switch to the next power lens and do more minor adjustments with the fine focus knob. Now, there's a little key to this. Inside your microscope lens, your eyepiece, so you'll have a circle, we'll pretend that's a circle, and you'll have this little arrow that comes down from the eyepiece. When you go ahead and shift up to your next power lens, whatever is at the tip of that arrow is what you're going to be zooming in on. Now, it's very easy to go ahead and lose whatever you're looking at when you jump up to the next power. But as long as you go ahead and keep it on the tip of that arrow, it's going to be very hard to miss. And you can go ahead and repeat this if necessary. So as you're going up through the powers, remember, use the fine adjustment for medium and high power, and that should go ahead and let you focus in on whatever you're looking at. If you need some more help with this, talk to your teacher. They'll go ahead and run you through it. Actually, I think there's a lab you're going to have to do anyway, so it works out. Now, to calculate magnification, remember what we do is we go ahead and multiply the eyepiece times the objective lens. So if we go ahead and do that, for our scanning or low power, we have a total magnification of 40. So it's going to zoom in 40 times what it normally looks like. For low power, 10 times 10 is going to give you 100. It's going to magnify the image 100 times. And finally, for high power, which is the objective lens is 40, the eyepiece is 10, that's going to give us a total magnification of 400 times. So you're really getting into the nitty-gritty. That's basically magnification in a nutshell. So, a rather short video PowerPoint lesson today. Not really too much to it. We just talked about the parts of the microscope, what each one does, how to go ahead and focus in on whatever it is you're looking at, and finally, how to calculate your magnification. Now that's just about going to do it for this one. So until next time, I will see you in the next video. You all keep it classy.